Welcome to JMW's Inside Man YouTube channel. Two guests today, Devon Lee Andrees, who's an associate solicitor within JMW's employment law team, and Ben Woodall, who's a trainee solicitor in JMW's employment law team. So we're talking today about carers. Recently, I was with a friend who is a carer. You don't necessarily choose to become a carer. There's a new bill going through Parliament at the moment, isn't there, Ben? What exactly does it mean?
Well, that's right, Dominic. On the 24th of May, the Carers Leave Bill received royal assent and became the Carers Leave Act. Now, the Act and the provisions are likely to have a significant impact on many individuals, as you just stated. And broadly, the key changes include that voluntary carers will receive an entitlement to take unpaid leave in either half days or whole days of up to 5 days a year. The entitlement will be made available to employees regardless of how long they've been employed with that employer. Further, a carer would not be required to provide evidence of caring responsibilities when requesting carer leave. And further, the legislation will ensure that carers leave is afforded the same employment law protections as other family-related leave, such as parental or bereavement leave. For instance, employees would have the protection from dismissal if they look to rely on carers leave.
And are there benefits to employers for this, Ben?
Well, I think it's important to acknowledge that the Act will have an impact on an estimated 2 million employees who currently juggle paid employment with caring responsibilities. And as touched upon, they'll be able to take up to 5 days unpaid leave to support their loved ones. But as you say, there'll be benefits to employers too. Recruitment costs will be reduced to those employers who already provide their own version of carers leave. More broadly, commentary suggests that proposed changes will improve staff retention, as it will allow for greater flexibility to balance care and working commitments. And this in turn is likely to increase well-being across the workforce, which of course is a significant benefit to all those involved. Interestingly, the Member of Parliament who introduced the bill to the Commons, Wendy Chamberlain, when talking to the BBC, stated this is a vital step forward in bringing in the carers leave entitlement. But she has also voiced some concerns that she would have liked the leave to have been for a longer period of time, and also for that period of time to be paid rather than unpaid. But it will be interesting to see the impact this legislation has when it comes into force, which is likely to be in 2024.
And I'm sure, no doubt, welcomed by millions and millions of carers as well. Devon Lee, how can you and the employment team help employers who may be scratching their head and thinking, well, how do I implement all of this?
Yeah, well, of course, we can help with any ad hoc queries that employers may have about specific employees who have caring responsibilities. As Ben has mentioned, those employees will have the same protections that any others going on family leave would have. So if you do have an employee who has taken time off, they have protection from being subject to detriment or dismissal arising from that. So we can assist with those specific scenarios. But there are a lot of clients who already have caring leave policies in place, and we'd be happy to review those and ensure that they're compliant with the new Act. And there'll be a lot of employees who want to put policies in place when the Act comes into force or before that, to be ahead of the curve, and we can certainly help with drafting those and assist with implementing them within a business.
Thank you for your insight. And if you'd like to contact JMW's employment law team, you can email insideman@jmw.co.uk or call 0161 82 81 999. Please also subscribe to the JMW Inside Man YouTube channel for the latest legal news, hints and tips. I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's Inside Man.